My what?
Your device so you could look at the chat?
No.
Okay. Well, we are live.
Well, guess what?
No.
Hello, everybody.
Okay. Well, we are
Welcome to
live.
New Earth Rising and happy Halloween. We have got some fun Halloween chat for you today. We're going to talk about Halloween and what it's all about. And it was so fun because I showed up without my Halloween attire or my goodies, and Sharon is on it. She's always on it. And so I'm getting there. But yes. I do have, Sharon, I do have my phone. And so I can go on and I can use my phone for what we were talking about.
Okay.
All right. I'm Michele Amburgey, and her, that's Sharon. She's awesome. And she's spooky too.
Well, anyone that knows me knows that I love Halloween. So, yes, I am all about it. I have a party pretty much every year. This year I'm having table tipping and need to put this down, and a seance, spirit box kind of stuff if you're in the Beaverton area.
So fun.
So I need to switch channels here because I'm showing that New Earth Rising is up. So I need to go to my channel for some reason. Okay. And
I've got it on here. We've got the live chat up. So we're ready to rock and roll. And we're going to talk about the Oregon, where Sharon is, of Halloween and how it came to be, because it was funny when I got on today, and I was a little bit late. I've been in accounting land, and it's really strange. It's like it's two different matrices, you know. And then I'm like shifting gears, and I'm so not ready. And Sharon had all of her Halloween stuff up and everything, and it was so cool and so fun. But she's so brave and loves all that stuff, and I'm a wuss, and I'm like, I'm scared. And she's like, oh, come on, we're going to talk about the origins of it. And I'm like, okay, let's talk, because I don't really know. You know, my only what I'm familiar with is kind of the more Latin thing, which is the honoring of the ancestors, the Dia de los Muertos, and that is done during the Halloween season. But you were saying that it comes out of the Celtic traditions. So,
yeah, I would understand, and I'll read a little bit because, I understand that it did come out of the Druid beliefs, that type of thing, and so they celebrated it. So it says here, Halloween was first started about decades ago as a religious practice. The event is celebrated every year on October 31st, rooting from the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. But it's spelled Samhain, and I learned that it's pronounced Samhain.
Samhain, yeah, and a lot of people say Samhain
because it looks like that, and I said that too. And then so a Wiccan corrected me on that, and I'm like, oh, whoops, sorry. Okay. Yeah, she was a Wiccan. She is. And so when people dressed, so at ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, when people dressed up to fend off ghosts and evil, the event is popular among people of all ages. So people dressed up to fend off,
to get rid of the scary stuff.
Yeah. It was thought that on the day the deceased souls returned to their homes. Hence people lit bonfires and wore costumes in response to presumed thoughts. As a result, witches, goblins, ghosts, and other terrifying supernatural elements became associated with Halloween or Hallows Eve. The Celtic mythology made the people of Ireland, Scotland, and the Isle of the Man believe that the veil between the earth and the supernatural world dwindled during Samhain. And I know that feels true.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I had something knocking around in my refrigerator the other night. And it was like, oh yeah, here we are. Veils are thin, little eclipse action going on. Yeah. Veils are thinning out. And I had to do a spirit release, an entity release on my refrigerator.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's funny, weird. So who are you feeding over there?
You know what? I don't know. Maybe it's because I eat meat. Maybe it's the spirit of the dead animals.
Oh,
I
probably
had that
not.
thought come through my head. I was like,
But you do a blessing all the
I
time, right?
do, but maybe one
Yeah.
slipped by. Anyways, carry on. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me see here. The Celtic mythology made the people of Ireland, Scotland, and the Isle of Man believe that the veil between the earth and the supernatural world dwindled during Samhain. Following this, the spirits and evil returned to the world easily. Per the mirror, people would offer food to try to be on the good side of the souls to prevent misfortune. People often wonder about Halloween history dating back about 2,000 years ago. Initially started in what is now known as Ireland. The festival rapidly spread to other parts of the globe. However, American colonies, New England, were prohibited from celebrating the holiday due to religious regulations. However, the South countries adapted to Halloween traditions quickly. In the 8th century CE, Gregory III moved the holiday of All Saints' Day, which we were talking about, which was originally celebrated on May 13th, to November 1st, most likely as a Christian alternative to the celebration of Samhain. Those Christians.
Yeah. Always taking control of everything.
Later the day before the saintly festival became widely known as All Hallows Eve or Halloween. It also marks the end of summer harvest and the start of the freezing winter, which causes the death of people, or used to a long time ago. Yeah. Moreover, the Celts believed it would become more accessible for priests to forecast the future on this day. Although the observance of Halloween first began as a religious norm, the festival's religious trappings vanished soon after. So, yeah. The holiday of Samhain involved various rituals and ceremonies in establishing a connection with the spirits. Many people believe the Celts made lanterns out of gourds, the pumpkins. Yeah.
Got my shoulder gourd right here.
There you go. ate feasts relating to the event and wore costumes like animal hides. Here's where the history of jack-o'-lantern originates. What I think that's what she means is what I just read. Further, as Christianity prevailed and the pagan overtones of the celebration diminished, the basic traditions held up to the day. Moreover, Halloween is a blend of pagan holidays and other traditions, through which the
Black
Christians
cats,
tried.
yeah.
Perfect.
Enter the black cat.
Perfect.
Dude, he wants to be here. Let everybody see what a black cat looks like.
There we go. Perfect. Is he pure black?
No, he's got white trim.
He's close to it though.
Yeah.
Okay, the spirit, let's see. Christians try to convert the Celts to Christianity, which we know that. We talked about that on St. Patrick's Day. During the Samhain events, the spirits of the dead were believed to return to homes, and those who passed away during the year were considered journeying to the other world. On the day, they used to set bonfires on hilltops to scare away the evil and relit their lost hopes for the upcoming winter season. They dressed up strangely, wore masks, and disguised themselves to stay safe from the ghosts they thought were around them. Hence the association with goblins and demons and witches, I guess.
Wow.
No. Well, no, witches were good back then.
Yeah, witches were the healers.
Yeah, so.
Very interesting. So Samhain has been celebrated for thousands of years, since the time of the Druid, right?
Well, yeah, she said, the article said around 2,000 years.
Okay.
They think it's gone back that long, but who knows?
Yeah. And probably further. I mean,
they called it Samhain. They called it Samhain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could be further. Definitely. Yeah, because well, when Christ came to the planet, I mean, he didn't go around trying to convert everybody, that's for sure. But
He wasn't Christian,
no, he was not
nor was he
Christian.
hot on the Jewish people either.
Well, he wasn't trying to convert everyone to Christianity because he wasn't Christian.
He wasn't trying to convert anybody to anything. He just wanted them to love each other.
Yes, exactly. So it was the church that tried to that changed everything in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that gobbled it all up.
Mhm.
I know I read a book so long ago. It was called Byzantine, and I think it was by last name was Lawless. Such great books. He did great historical books, in a story form. And he talked about how the Druids existed before Roman rule.
Mm-hmm.
So the Romans were tromping around everything even before Jesus was here. They were well established when Jesus came in.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, totally. And so well, it's my understanding that that was part of his ministry, I guess you could say, was to help people free themselves from the Roman shackles kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And to help them have freedom. Yeah. It's amazing, the history. It's interesting because it seems like in school you get bits and pieces, but we never get like the whole big long story, like the timeline. And I remember when I was like, God, 12 or 13, and I'm really such a geek because I would just geek out on this stuff. And I was trying to do a timeline from when humans first were around and where we were now and how all this stuff fit together, all these bits and pieces of information. Mm-hmm. And I was doing it from the old fashioned, Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking all this stuff up and I'm looking at different things and I'm looking up Druids and I'm looking up the Celtic traditions and I'm looking up Buddhism and I'm looking up, I think something from India. There's something in India. I was looking up Christianity. I was looking up like Catholicism, all these different kind of religion traditions. And it was so weird because there was never like a clear timeline. And and I remember thinking, well, when were the pyramids built then? Right? Where in this timeline from this encyclopedia? So where do the pyramids fit in? And where do the ancient cultures of Africa fit in? Because they also, I don't know if it's the same time of year, but they also have times of the year where they honor the dead, right?
Right.
Where they honor those that have gone over. Mm-hmm. It's not unusual. It's a part of it.
No, yeah, I think it's probably, I would imagine it's a tradition in all faiths that understand that we live on.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Vikings, I've just got this intuit about the Vikings because I remember a lifetime as a Viking. I'm sure that they have something. I can't just put my finger on it now, but yeah. So we already have a question over here. We've got some messages. Ralph, hey Ralph. He says we've already taken. Hello, guess you've already taken your goofy pills.
Yes, we have. You want some? Go, Ralphie. Go, Ralphie. Take some goofy pills. Let's do it. Ow. Ghosties and goblins.
We don't need any pills. Okay. Ghosties and goblins. We don't need any pills. All right.
We come by this naturally.
This is our natural state. And Carissa, hey Carissa, happy Halloween. Tricks and treats. Thank you so much, Sharon and Michelle.
Yay, yes, thank you, Carissa.
Lotus Siren says happy Hallows Eve to all.
Nice.
And if you want to get to questions, Carissa has a question.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. We're just doing the hanging out and talking about stuff, and we got Halloween. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it was this weekend either. I have been so buried in stuff. So I'm so happy, Sharon, that you you pulled this together. I'm supposed to be a part of this show, but I don't always show up 100% prepared and ready to go, which
That's
is
all
why
right.
we take goofy pills, Ralph.
That's right. No, sometimes we have to take focus pills because the
No,
goofy pills.
I'm not taking focus pills.
Yeah. All right, Carissa, let's see here. Having to move my microphone over. She says, I've got a burning question. My dog was recently attacked, and I'm curious about any insights, meanings, or points of attraction. Thank you so much.
Carissa, can I get the name of your dog real quick?
Tony.
Pony or Tony?
Tony. Tony.
What a cute name for a dog.
Yeah. Tony.
You know, it's really interesting because what I'm getting here is it's almost like animals operate on a different karmic kind of thing than we do. And so your question, when I feel into your question, it feels wonky. It feels like we're not asking the right question, right? Because it's kind of like you're asking, what caused it? It's kind of basically what I'm getting, like, why did this happen? And it's kind of like the way that you're thinking about the way I'm thinking about it is that it feels karmically bound, like a belief in the karmic kind of thing. What do we do to have it happen? But what is coming through is that part of this experience for your dog is to get him to be a little bit more careful, to do a little awareness training for him, so he'll be a little bit more careful, a little bit more aware when he's in the areas that he's in. I feel like he's bold and I feel like he's strong, but he's got like a deep, deep, deep kind of part, like, kind of part of him. And this was like to make him be aware is what the experience was. And also you, because I feel like that energy that came in, whatever that was, and I could feel it like I can't see exactly what kind of an animal or exactly what happened, but I can feel that attack energy. And something that we have to be aware of is right now, and it doesn't really have to do with Halloween, but it does have to do with kind of this time frame we're in, is there's a lot of that kind of energy just in the fields right now. And unfortunately, our animals that are so sweet and innocent and unconditional kind of tend to walk through pockets, if you will, of that kind of energy, or animals that are being affected by that, because animals can also be affected by negative and dark energies as well that cause them to behave in such a way. So I don't feel like it was anything more than just kind of like hey, Tony, pay a little bit more attention on your jaunts out in the world. So that's what I'm getting on that. Good old Tony. I want a dog named Tony. That's a great name.
Yeah. And then Carissa says, I had a premonition before I was born. So I guess if I was wondering if that was the premonition materializing. What I'm getting, did you want to look at that, Michelle, before I
no, go
say
ahead.
my insights? Okay.
I mean, just very quickly, what came to me is could be.
Yeah. Definitely trust that. But what I'm getting also is that I'm feeling it has to do with you and your relationship, okay, with Tony, and not just with Tony, but with the world around you. Is there any place or any area in your life where you don't feel safe, is what I'm feeling, that you might want to look at or ask? Because I feel in Chris, I know you're very aware that our animals, companions, are channeling our energy, right? So, and what we have going on, because they're so intuitive. So I'm feeling that maybe looking at some areas in your life where you don't feel safe, that this can be a manifestation of where you might have some blind spots kind of thing, where you don't feel safe, and there's a lot going on the planet right now anyway, but that's what I'm getting. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Sharon.
And hopefully that makes sense. Carissa says, blessings, thank you. Hope that resonates with Michelle and I brought forward. And I do feel that it could very well be your premonition.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
You're really intuitive, Carissa, by the way.
totally.
And right now, you know what, especially when the veils are thin and the energy is intense like this in this eclipse season, things manifest really kind of explosively, where maybe if this had have happened in another time period, it might not have been quite so attacky, if that makes sense. But right now everything is it's attacky. I can really feel it that way.
Yeah.
And it's just the intensity.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot, and since the planet and humanity is moving up in frequency, there's a lot of energies out there that don't want that to happen. So if we have a blind spot, or and that term just came to me, I don't know where that came from, but a blind spot makes sense to me, where because I think we all might have them, where we filled or we have failed to, or just don't realize, hey, that's something that I never thought of before, that could be an end for some kind of negative energies, or energies that don't have our best interests at heart. Whatever those are.
And Carissa, I want to share something with you too. You guys know that I have this crazy cat and he is getting to where he likes to go out at night, and it's getting dark earlier, and I don't want him out, but he tries to sneak out. And we have a couple of owls around here, and that's what I'm most scared of. I'm not scared of the coyotes, although we do have them around here. But it was really weird. I have a friend telling me that she went outside and she was walking her dog, and there were 3 owls that were following her. And it was so weird. All of a sudden I went, 3 owls. Mikey has to stay inside. Right. And so last night I didn't let him go out. And sure enough, I heard the owls up on the roof hooting and doing their thing. And it was, so I'm getting chills. So we're getting these premonitions for protecting our animals and stuff too.
I hope Tony's okay.
Yeah.
Is he okay? Healing, and that he's healing good.
Did he get attacked bad, or just something coming at him? And
yeah, I'll wait for her answer. We have another couple questions here.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah. So Gina asks, hi, or is saying, would love to ask a question just generally about the new direction I'm going in. Okay. Well, with a general question usually brings a general answer. So I got feels good. It feels good, actually. It feels like it's long overdue is what I'm feeling from it. You too, Michelle. Yeah. And totally. So it feels like it's been long overdue. Not to say that you are dragging your feet, but it feels like it's part of by long overdue, meaning that there's been things that you've been trying to put in place perhaps to make this happen. I hope that makes sense. And it's just been a little bit difficult to get over that hurdle perhaps. And so Yeah. That's what it feels good. I see
Yes,
light on your path. Oh, before you
absolutely.
look at it, Michelle, Carissa says Tony is out of the hospital and is going to live. He's doing much better. A big dog had him in her mouth for a while.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Um,
I felt that just like, oh,
good.
bless your heart.
Yeah.
No fault.
No.
Nobody's at fault. That's something I
No,
just
no,
felt
no,
like I
no.
really wanted to share with you, Carissa. Don't take this on as because you had a premonition that somehow it's your fault or guilt. That's not what's called here for. What's called for is really just loving him back to health.
Yeah, and it's opportunity. It's an opportunity. Everything's an opportunity.
Mhm.
Our challenges are the biggest opportunities, and we get the biggest growth from them. So
Yeah.
it's a learning curve, definitely with them.
And a bonding between you and
Mhm.
Tony too.
Yeah.
A new
So
level of bonding. Surprisingly enough, he's not upset with you.
no, of course not.
Carissa, you sweetheart person who take things on.
Okay, do you want to look
But
at go ahead.
yeah, for Gina,
Gina,
as
Gina,
soon as
Scandoni.
you said that, oh my gosh, what I did is I felt my head turn, like pivot onto a new path, and I opened my eyes, and it was just light and like bright trees and sunlight and happiness. Whatever, oh, I'm getting chills. Whatever you did it well. And it was funny because when Sharon said long overdue, it is long overdue, but also but all things in its divine timing, because I'm feeling a little bit that long overdue is it's almost like lifetimes of long
Yeah.
overdue, right? To where now it's like you got it, you got this, you got it. And to really keep your focus on the good and the positive, and wherever there's light, go there. Meaning light in your heart, light in your mind, wherever there's light, go there. Uh, and I'm getting really strong. Darkness is not your path anymore. And whatever that is that has brought the sorrow and whatever you kind of had been battling, and it's lifetime things with this. It's like that's over. You're done. Light is your path now. Whatever brings you joy, whatever brings you happiness, whatever. And I hear children giggling and playing, and I hear almost like people in a park. You know, when you're in a park and you hear kids laughing, maybe a dog barking, you hear people talking, and the air is fresh and there's trees and light. It's just this whole thing. And as I'm saying this, I'm getting total chills, and it feels so good for you, Gina. So well done. You did a really good job.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us know if that resonates, Gina. Okay, any questions on that end, Michelle?
Nope.
Not yet? Okay. So Lotus Siren asks a
Mm.
question. I wanted to know, excuse me, I wanted to know, are there any messages from spirit regarding a new romantic relationship or my career?
Mm. Can I get a first name on this new romantic relationship? Because I just got a really cute visual on this. Let's start with the R. Is there R in it? No, that's
I'm
okay.
waiting. Yeah,
Yep,
waiting.
that's okay. There's a little bit of lag time in this. So what I want to say is I got the cutest little thing. I got almost like, and I'm not sure what this is. And so I'm not going to try to interpret it for you because it may have meaning for you that I don't understand. But it's almost like, you know, when something is so cute and delightful, and like you take somebody kind of by the chin, you just kind of touch them on the chin, and you kind of like touch them on the cheek. It's kind of an old-fashioned little thing like an aunt would do or grandma would do, where it's like, oh, you're so cute, you know what I mean? I got that feeling about him, almost like you just kind of want to be like, you're so precious, you're so cute. I feel like that there's something that's very charming and delightful about this young man.
She doesn't have a name yet. She doesn't have a name yet. So she's talking about one
It's
coming
coming
up.
in.
But
Okay, cool.
but yeah,
It all applies.
hey, it starts up there and comes down here. So whatever you're focusing on, you're going to bring to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the word delightful is coming in with this person. And I feel like there's this person is very charming and very sweet and delightful. And it's almost like this person is going to be reflecting of your most beautiful aspects and is actually going to help you to bring out more of who you really are as this beautiful, loving being. You're a very, very loving person, and having somebody that you can open that up with is so important to you right now. And it may be what you're been asking for, but they're coming, and it's close.
Mm-hmm.
It's really close. Like actually, I'm surprised that they're not there. It's that close, because I can feel that person with you.
Yeah. Lotus. What I'm feeling is that you're in the, I mean, we're always manifesting, right? We're always creating. And so I feel the same way as Michele does, that uh that sorry, I got she said something there. Okay. Just no distractions. Focus, Sharon. Okay. So I got that that you're manifesting it now. So and that Michele feels someone there, I believe, is because he's there in the higher frequency. And when we focus on, and we, we're going to be teaching this in our February course about, manifesting a true love relationship. Yeah. And so the more you focus on him and knowing that he's there in the less physical state or realm, then you can bring him closer to you, right? And yeah, he has the traits, a lot of the traits, because as I tune in, that you really enjoy. And one of them is being kind and kind-hearted and kind, and loves to make you laugh. He loves to make you laugh. Yeah. So whoo, my heart center just went whoo.
I know.
So yeah, so he's there waiting for you to be ready for him. And so it's just a matter of, what I'm getting is just a matter of vibrating your heart center to that place of attracting someone in a higher frequency, and it's different than what you've had before. Because with each relationship, we grow more and more with each one, and know what not to put up with, right? And so so that's what I'm getting from Spirit, is that as long as you keep working on your heart center and keep working on loving yourself and opening your heart center and all that with self-love, then and being open to play. I'm hearing play and fun, that kind of thing. So that'll raise your frequency big time, and just play around it, connect to him on, in the subtle planes, connect to him, talk to him, write letters to him, whatever it is, to fill up your heart and know that he's there. It's just a matter of him taking form. Okay.
And I also want to say, you're going to notice him because his eyes twinkle. He's got twinkly eyes.
She says there is a guy at work I have a crush on. His name is Eric. Could it be him?
I'm getting this one coming in as higher frequency than Eric. What do you think, Sharon?
Yeah. I don't feel that that's the one that is I feel like that's temporary. Yeah, it doesn't feel like, and there's lots of the ones, I guess, but it just doesn't feel like the one type of thing to me.
Yeah. Like the one that I think we're tapping into.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, and this
And
is something too that I want to say. So many people, the dating game is rough, man. And a lot of us don't want to date somebody if it's not the one. But that's
right.
not how it works. You kind of have to get out there and you have to meet people where they're at and enjoy them and learn to enjoy people, because that's another way to open your heart and raise your frequency. Because I get all the time as an intuitive, oh, I met this wonderful guy, but is he the one? Because there's no sense wasting the time if he's not. And it's like, that's not quite the way that it works. You really need to. Now, if you're meet somebody and you're kind of worried and you're asking questions, but if you meet somebody that you really like, go enjoy them, enjoy them, have fun with them. You don't have to get married and have children, but you can make a really good friend and have a wonderful time. And we've kind of forgotten how to do that.
Yeah.
And part of it is because courting and all those rituals that we used to have, and I'm old, okay, I'm totally dating myself now, but those old rituals we used to have was part of the fun. And we don't have that anymore. It's like, hey, you want to go out, want to get with it? Let's hop into bed. And like all the fun courting, friendship, building the relationship stuff has kind of been cut off. And we forget that we can have people as friends and date them as friends and enjoy them. And sometimes those are the greatest relationships. So don't be afraid to get a little Eric. A little Eric on you.
Okay, we're not going to go there. Lots of phrases we could use here. Okay. Dating is tough. She says dating is tough. Yeah, it is, but it's only if you take it so seriously. You don't have to take it so seriously. Just, have fun with it. And not like Michele, and I totally agree, not Michele, and like Michele says, is not everyone's going to be the right one. But you can have fun. You can meet people, you can have fun and make some friendships and learn and grow. And that's how you get there. Yeah, totally. Because it happens when we're not looking for it. It does. Okay. Let's see here. I thought I saw a message. Okay. Yes. Can't stop, won't stop. Astral travel question. I think I know who this is. Yes, I do. Okay. Can you share any experiences in someone on the astral plane later connecting on the physical plane? I'm not sure what that means. Can you share any experiences in someone on the astral plane and later connect on the physical plane?
So maybe, do you have experience personally or know of someone who's met someone on the astral and then they show up in the physical?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Definitely.
My
Because
son
all
is one of them.
Your son?
I met my son before he was born. Little monster. But but absolutely. And others too.
Yeah.
And and sometimes we have to remember, sometimes we have dreams or we have those feelings of deja vu, or we have those feelings, you meet someone, you're like, oh, it's like when I met Sharon, I was like, oh, there she is. It was so cool. It's like, and we've been buddies ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so there's all different kinds of people. And I knew Sharon's face. It was like I know her. Now, did I do out of body experience and find her and meet her and come back and then see her? No, but her face was so familiar. I knew her in the astrals. I just wasn't conscious of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the ways sometimes that works too.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of common but if you travel consciously, then you'll know, right? You'll know, and it's if in the studies and in the books that I've read, there have been cases of that happening. Definitely, because we're all multi-level, multi-dimensional, so we're all there. as much as we are here.
Yeah.
If you want us to hear, you think about it as here and there. So yeah, it would make sense that we would come in contact with someone in the astral plane that is in our circle,
Mhm.
in our wheelhouse, in our orbit, and then meet them in physical. Definitely, if we're reading your question correctly. I hope
Yeah,
that.
let us know if we're getting it right.
Yeah.
Let us know if we're
Okay. Any
picking up what
questions
you're
over
laying
there?
down. Nope.
Okay.
Come on, people. I
All
think
right.
they're all out getting their Halloween costumes together.
That's it. Yes. So Jamie Marie, hello, I'm having internal struggles. Wait, did I miss something here? Oh, I did. Sun and Vision 0. Hi, Sharon and Michelle. Thank you for sharing your journeys, gifts, and wisdom. I enjoy your sweet down to earthiness and humor. Oh, it's so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I thought Ralph had something. No. Okay.
Come on, Ralph. I want to snuggle you. Come on.
Oh, be careful. Ralph will be at your doorstep. I know Ralph. I'm kidding. Where was I? Jamie Marie, thank you. Okay. I'm having internal struggles. Anything come up for Jamie Marie? Jamie
Mm. You can feel that energy tied up between your navel and your solar plexus.
Solar plexus, yeah. Yeah.
And it's like spreading up around your heart. What are you holding on to, honey? What are you holding on to so tightly? It's caught up in something like this, and it's something that,
She says a lot.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's, and I feel it's almost like secrets. And whenever you have secrets, you always have that shame and guilt energy going on. And like your heart is hurt, like deep disappointment and hurt and secrets. And honey, a lot of this energy isn't yours. A lot of this isn't your burden to carry. And I really want to invite you to, it's easier said than done, but to let it go. Find your focus, find a place to place your mental energy that brings you joy, to start almost like dislodging the energy. Because a lot of times when we hold so tight, it's almost like we're caught in that. And when we start even just doing the little bit of, I'm going to do something I love today. I'm going to go sit under a tree. I'm going to pet a dog. I'm going to go to the pet store and pick up all the kittens. I'm going to paint a picture. I'm going to go lay in the sun. Little things like that, start taking the little steps. It starts to dislodge this heavy inside, and it'll start give you a chance for it to kind of start to dissolve and break up. If you've been carrying this for a long time, and I want to say again, this isn't just this lifetime, but it is time to let go. And we're talking right now at 4:44.
Right. Yeah, I got past life stuff. Definitely. You want to
Almost
help me?
literally carrying.
Let's look at that. Let's look at
heavy.
that. Michelle, let's see here. Whew. I do feel a lot of trauma, and that's why it comes up, because it hasn't been healed. All right, let me see. Jamie Marie. Okay. All right, I see a woman. I do see you as a woman. Yeah, and she has a long dress on, tight at the waist. The dress is light colored. I'm getting a feeling of what is it like? I can't think of the faith, but there's some like
There's, yeah,
I don't know if it's Mormon or it doesn't but what's Mennonite or something or
yep, yep.
where did the Amish or something like that, but
There's Amish, there's Quakers, Mennonites,
Quaker.
Mormon.
Whoo, I got goosebumps.
I was just got goosebumps too.
Quaker, I'm feeling. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name of it. Um, of that faith. I feel like, yeah, so I see you dressed like that. And I feel you're in that type of faith, or that type of community. I see you as a young girl. And you what they're I feel dizzy. What they're showing me is that you starting to stutter. There's emotion there that you didn't use, tended to speak your mind, kind of thing, in the family and in the community, and you were punished more times than I can count, is what I'm hearing. Whew, for speaking your mind. Yeah. And not being what they told you to be, kind of thing, not towing the line.
Mhm.
She says, I don't like dresses. Yeah, I believe it. I get it. So I do see you that way, and I see that you were treated very, very badly. I also see that you were hmm, I mean, um beat, basically beat. Yeah. Yeah, I see that you were beat, and what did she do? Did she?
Can I add a little something that I'm getting to?
Sure.
I'm feeling like you were forced to do some things that were wrong and you knew it. And I'm seeing you carrying dead
Mhm.
bodies wrapped in cloth in the rain at night and helping to drag dead bodies. And there was woo, and there's something about this as part of these secrets that were being held. And I'm not sure if you actually were dragging them or saw this going on, but I'm seeing several people carrying dead bodies off. There's something very wrong. It was dark, it was raining, and it wasn't like an accident. It was like they were being hidden and you saw it and you knew about it.
Yeah, it feels to me like there was young people. There was a lot of beatings. I feel like there was
Mhm.
a lot of beatings in this community. That makes sense, Michelle, with like what I was feeling, because the beatings were brutal, and they were so bad that I feel like there was a couple of the elders that were that needed to beat their, we're going to beat the devil out of you, kind of thing. We're going to beat Satan out of you. We're going to beat you till an inch of your life. And some of them they actually killed. So that one makes sense
Yeah.
with what I'm getting, because the beatings were really bad. Uh, if they didn't adhere, if the children, or as they're getting older, didn't, all of them didn't adhere to a certain strict doctrine, then they were beat, and some beat to death.
Mhm.
And there's probably other stuff there too. I'm not going to go that far, but yeah. So we need to get her,
Yeah. And
because
just
she's still stuck in that lifetime, in that energy, in that fear, in that frozen state, kind of thing, where uh, she was threatened, her family was threatened, all that kind of thing. She didn't know what to do. So
and was stuck in this, and I'm feeling like it may have had religious overtones, but I feel like that this wasn't actually part of a religion. It was like a family, maybe within a religion. Felt
I
like
feel
it
like it
was,
was a community. There was a
yeah, but it
community
was,
that was that was terrorized by these elders,
People. Yeah.
these elders who
These
the
people.
power went to their head.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like a cult,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Funny.
So let's get her.
Yep. Stick with us. We're going to help you with this.
I'm hearing the name. It's like an E name. It feels like Emma or Eva. Emma.
Yeah. And I almost
Emma.
want to say it was like Emmeline or Emmelina.
Yeah.
Or Emma. It
Yeah.
had an extra.
Okay. All right. We're just going to get her. We're going to help her. Yeah. She's got a lot of anxiety and panic and
Yeah.
constantly
Constantly
not knowing
feelings.
what to do or where to go. It just feels yeah. All right. So
Mm.
all right, we're helping her. We have her attention, helping her understand she has left that physical life. And all she needs to do is turn around. She chose that experience for soul growth, and her future self can use her help because she's still holding on to the trauma of that lifetime. And all she needs to do is move into the light of the higher planes, the light of heaven, and see that her loved ones are there and everyone who loves her. She does not have to be afraid of them. They are there. Everything will make sense in the higher light, the mother light.
I just heard her say, Papa. Like her
Nice.
real father was on the other side. Like whatever's going on, her father was not there to protect her.
Okay. Yeah, she went across.
Oh, yeah.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Jamie Marie, I feel that what we just did is going to help tremendously. And they also wanted you to know to do breath work, for letting go. And as you heal, and breath work, journaling, get it out, because you have nothing to be ashamed of. There's a lot of shame in that lifetime that you carried forward. Journaling and breath work, and what my guides have showed me is you can imagine anything, anytime you feel out of sorts, feel anxiety or anything like that, just any kind of negativity, just imagine it coming out of your pores like a darkness, and say, I release this to the universe, I release it to God, whoever higher power you want to release it to, and ask it be transmuted to light. Yeah. So
wow.
Hopefully that's helpful.
Hopefully that helps. Jamie Lynn, let us know. I almost said Emmeline.
I know, right? Emmeline. That's it. Emmeline. Thank you. Yeah. Jamie Marie. She says that does. Wow, had no clue. How long will I notice?
You should be feeling a lightness right now.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
And give yourself permission.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's right away. Sometimes it takes, a week, a month, or whatever. But it's kind of like a headache. you know when you have it, but you don't know when, you don't pay attention. If you don't have it, then things just get lighter. You get lighter and things around you get lighter. And so then you'll be like, hey, I'm feeling better today than I did a week ago, where I felt so crappy. And so, as you feel light, because, healing and can be subtle, this kind of work can be subtle because you're lifted, you're buoyant, you're more buoyant. So you'll find that things will start happening around you and you'll feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And make sure you keep doing things in your life that bring you joy too. Mm-hmm. Like focus more. You've had a lot of your energy wrapped up in this. And as it dissipates, make sure you're bringing joy and love and goodness and things that make you happy into your life to fill these voids that are being created as you're losing this heaviness.
Yeah. Okay. So Luana says hi. Hi there. Hi, Luana.
Hi, Luana.
Okay. All right. So meeting someone. So can't stop, won't stop said meeting some. You got it right. Okay. Thank you. Hopefully that helped. Okay. So Ralph has a question. Okay, so what's up with my moving around a corner, in quotes, re my voiceover acting work?
Oh, cool.
I'm sending a request to my daughter for help, and it feels like there's big activity ahead. Can you elaborate? Thanks.
I'm a voiceover actor too, dude. I knew I
I
liked
told you
you.
he's going to be at your doorstep any minute.
It's funny. You know how sometimes you just like ping on someone,
Yeah.
and it's like, Ralph. So his question is, any idea about what he's saying, turning a corner?
Yes, he said, what's up with my moving around a corner? Re my voiceover acting work. I'm sending a request to my daughter for help, and it feels like there's big activity ahead. Can you elaborate? Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely, Ralph. I can feel that. I see you at the mic, and I see you actually going into a studio to record some stuff too. The voiceover community, we do our work in a lot of different ways. Some of us do it in a closet full of pillows. Some of us have studios in our home, and which got more and more popular when the pandemic hit, because you couldn't go into professional studios. So a lot of people got fancy. We started getting some equipment. We started getting booths. I've got sound blankets all around my room here, and to do the work that I do, and kind of upped our equipment. But I see you actually going into studio to do some work, and I do see a lot of activity. I also feel like you're going to be meeting people, and I almost want to say like a club. It's not a club, but it's a club. It's like you're going to get your people, and people that are going to kind of nurture you. Also, if you don't know about Mark Scott, M-A-R-C Scott, hook up with him on Facebook. He's got great stuff that he does. He's a wonderful guy. And check in with him and the people that are around him. They're really, really good people. But yeah, I definitely see this. It's like there's something, and I want to say it's coming pretty quick. I'm seeing between here and February, I'm seeing it's like things just start popping up, people showing up, opportunities, learning new things. I feel like that you're learning a lot right now, because the industry has changed so much since the pandemic. And it's really, there's so many people that are like, hey, that's an easy way to make money, that we're now kind of we're kind of the people, the cream of the crop, if you will, are starting to rise to the surface again. You're one of them. You have some skills and some chops, I'm being told. And keep at it, because there is stuff coming up for you.
Yeah. Around a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm feeling what I'm feeling from your peeps here is that what I'm getting is that that it might help to let go of certain expectations, if that makes any sense. Because I feel when I look at it, I feel kind of a tightness with it, like wanting it to be a certain way, that type of thing, which I'm feeling kind of narrows your pathway. So that corner, as I see that corner, they're talking. What I'm feeling they're talking about is when you put something out there, be open to lots of things, lots of opportunities. Because I see a lot of opportunities out there that are going to be coming your way. That corner, though, feels kind of like a tight corner. So what they're talking about is creating a larger, like a curve rather than a corner, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Just to be open to a lot of different things. I'm glad Michelle has the contact there because that can, so that can be what also part of what I'm getting. Yeah, I feel it is what I'm getting is looking at other other opportunities than maybe what you're used to in this area, if that makes any sense. Because it feels like it needs to be widened more.
And one of the things that I want to help to widen that is, remember, you're an actor. And developing your acting skills and your creativity is huge. Because when I went into this, I didn't even think about it. And that's part of the reason how I ended up here is I took all the courses and the coaching and, all this stuff way back in 2015 or something. And started realizing with talking with people and studying all this, that we're actors. And I was like, well, then let's develop the acting part of it, and did a lot of it online. And what happened was I remembered how much I loved all this performing stuff when I was a kid. And, I don't do a lot of voiceover stuff, but I do this kind of stuff. And so that's what the acting career or the voiceover career led me into doing this and doing the videos and doing video classes and doing all this kind of stuff. That is how I make my living. And then I get to do some voice acting stuff too. I do a lot of cartoons and cartoon voices and silly stuff like that, little bit pieces. But you can make some money doing those little bit pieces. I just did a 30-second, just a little silly kid thing, little silly kid voice that was just an add-on extra and something. And I made like $350. And it was just a little bit and here's $350. Thank you very much. So there's all different ways to go about it. So, but you're an actor. Be an actor. Study acting.
Yeah,
and you're a natural at it too.
He says, I know Mark.
He's a great guy, that whole group.
Yeah, he says, learning a lot, just trying to get launched. No, it's not easy, as you know, but my time here is here. Thanks.
Do it.
Yes, more patience, and I'm aware, so trusting more.
Market yourself. That's a big thing too. Market. That's what Mark is really good about. It's helping you learn to market yourself and get out there. That was the part that threw me. I'm like, I've got the voice and I've got the acting and I've got, it's like, oh, I got to do marketing too.
Yeah, with anything, right?
But it's helped me in everything.
Right. He says, my corner I've seen as like a roundabout, but still a corner, and I've moved into the light of it, but it's a transition process. I've been an actor for over 20 years. I'm also aware that eventually will be a transition to more spiritual work in the next few years. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
And there's going to be a need for voice actors in the field, which is why I stick with it and keep my little toe in the thing. But yeah, you've got, I got very, very strong. You've got the skills. You got the chops. You know that word. You got the chops. You got it. And it's just keep going.
Okay.
And, if you've been in it, the industry just got flooded during the pandemic. And it got really weird. The industry changed and now it's starting to clear out again. So keep at it.
All right. Hopefully that's helpful, Ralph. Okay. Next question is from Sun Envision Zero. Okay.
Ooh.
What do you see for the immediate future for 2023 and 24 in the US/us? Thank you.
Oh, that's a big question. In the world of massive transition, ascension, and awakening, how much time you got? Wow.
Yeah, a lot of change.
Yeah. And you know what part of it is too, in doing that, is that I literally see timelines colliding and coming together like I've never ever seen before. I've been doing this and intuitive work and doing readings for 22 years. And Sharon, you've been doing it longer than me.
About
And
20.
I've never seen, when I look into the future, I've never seen such a way. And it's not good or bad. It's just really different. It's really different. Like I used to see timelines. Like I would see timelines coming off of a question or an event or something. And this is a bright one. This is not so bright. You know, this one is like, oh, this one looks good. This one feels good. Some are staticky, but they clear out. It's like, that's how I kind of saw it. Now I see these timelines like jump ropes. It's like, what the hell is that? Excuse me, YouTube. And it's like, I part of it is I can't figure out what it is. I do see it calming down and slowing down mid 2023. I seeing all of that craziness like around June, July, at things calming down, but it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, we'll do a show at the at New Year's.
In 2025, we'll do a show about 223.
We'll do right 22 at the end of 2022 for what we see for 2023 moving forward. But yeah, I do see I do see a lot of change. I see upheaval is going to continue. Yeah. As far as timelines go, I feel the same thing, Michelle. It's just one day after the next, you just never know what's going to happen. So it's important to stay grounded and stay centered because, and we got very smart people here, the light is fighting the dark kind of thing. You know, the dark is still does not want to let go. So in the end, the light always wins. But it's a battle. It is. This is something that we've been dealing with for a long time, and that's why the light workers are here. The star seeds, whatever you want to call all of us here,
seeds, indigos,
are here because it's. Like Michelle was saying, it's she's never seen anything like this before because nothing like this has ever happened before. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And so many of us have come in from Lemuria and Atlantis and Egypt and the Mayan cultures with going through the transition. And a lot of us are like, what the hell's going on?
Well, we're living in Atlantis Part 2.
Yes. We really are.
Well, it's a re-release of Atlantis. It's the new version of Atlantis where we don't lose. Okay.
Yeah.
Where we don't, where we fall again. We're not going to do that this time. This is not happening.
No.
So expect things to get even more intense.
Because we're fighting. We're fighting back now.
Yeah. I do see 23 is kind of like is starting to be a balancing year. Yeah, it feels like a balancing year to me. And but like that's
everything's steadying it back out.
The pendulum always has to swing. And I always say that the pendulum always has to swing when it's one direction, it has to swing back always. So it feels like a balancing year. And then it's gonna. I just see, and I see this. 2024 is gonna go crazy, and then some more balance. Yeah. And I know that's kind of well, it's kind of general, but then also a little bit not general. But yeah, I would just say, stay centered, stay grounded, stay centered. Don't take anything personally. Stay out of fear. Keep your vibration high at all times as much as you can. If anything knocks you off your center, take care of it right away.
Yeah.
Take care of it right away.
Yeah.
Take the time to stay in that space of centeredness.
And remember, so much of what we're seeing right now is just absolute illusion and bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
totally.
YouTube. And it's just so much baloney that we need to break away from that craziness and get into our center and get into our truth, because we're manifesting what's happening too. It's a whole other show. But we can manifest peace in our world around us immediately by getting in touch with the truth and the love and the holiness that we are, and not be quite so thrown around by what's going on out there too. But it takes focus. And like what you're talking about, Sharon, is moving into the inner, keep the balance, do a little breath work, heal the shadow, stick with your homies, be with the
Yes,
people who lift you up and carry
exactly.
you.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that
It was funny. I just heard stick with your nomies.
stick with your nomies.
Instead of your homies, stick with the nomies.
Anybody on that side have a question?
Nope.
Not yet. Okay.
We've got several people here, but they're not asking questions. And
Okay.
that's okay.
That's okay.
Some people just like to listen, and that's okay. We love you too.
Yeah, and I think people get insights, from other people's questions too,
Yeah.
and and not just but what we're sharing, but you have your own insights too, and like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And so I mean, I know our audience is very intuitive. Okay. Where am I? Thank you. Natalia says that, hi, thank you for being here and for helping us. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, and everyone has this within them. It's just a matter of trusting it.
Yeah.
Right. But we all need to help each other anyway.
We do. We need to be reminded. Sharon and I, we've been doing this professionally for years, and we forget. We forget stuff. We get, something happens, we get thrown off the center. And
sure.
I've had to have Sharon tell me get my act together a couple times.
Yeah. Well, I didn't use those words. Did I?
No, because you're nice. But we do, and we have people around us that we can trust and right. love, and that's so important to have those people around you.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michele and I rely on each other for a lot of that type of that connection. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. We send each other's things and messengers sometime. I'm like, oh my God, she's reading my mind.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Okay, we do have a question here. Let's see here. Where is it? I lost it. It was from Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Okay. Any recommendations on where I should go to meet potential mates and restart my dating life?
Ooh, that's a good question. The born again Christian I used to be says church. Oh my gosh, that's so weird how that just rolled right up.
Yeah, and I think that goes along with go where you know that you will find like-minded people. And similar frequencies, similar tribe type of people. There's spiritual dating, I guess, dating apps or something like that, things like that, and like we said before, it's kind of a I guess we'd call it trolling, whatever you want to call it. But make it fun. Make it fun. Yeah. When I was dating, I tried to make it fun. And I have a partner now, but it's like, but the way we met was just out of the blue. It wasn't from, I dated people on dating apps and it was fun, but that didn't work out. But I know lots of people that have found a really, found their soulmate or whatever they feel they've gotten married and have a very happy life. So there's all kinds of ways of meeting people, right? And so I would say, look around and ask people maybe that are doing that, and look for meetups, or depending on what's important to you, what's important to you, and look for some kind of a way to find single people that are looking as well in that area.
And also go do things that you like to do. Do you like to hike? Go hiking.
Yeah, there you go.
Join a
Yeah,
hiking group.
just
Do you
get
like
out.
to paint? Go do a painting group. Because also you may not meet Mr. or Mrs. Wonderful in that painting group, but you might meet their sister or their mom or their best friend.
Mhm.
Go do stuff you like to do. Do you like to quilt? Go quilt. And that's another thing, because then you're doing things that you like to do. You're happier, your vibe is up, your life is more fulfilling, and you're living your life, because that's one of the things I notice a lot of people. I did it. You get on the apps, right? A lot of times people get a couple of these dating apps going, and all of a sudden you're doing a lot of your life through the apps.
Yeah.
And you're not really going out and having fun and enjoying.
That's a good point. I like that. Get out. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I actually met, some really nice people through the dating apps, but I met some really scary people too. But the good dates that I would meet would be out doing things that I did. Like I love to line dance. I love to be out. I love to go sailing. So, go hang out at the harbor. Have cocktails or ice cream or something with a friend, hang out. And, it just, there's so many things that you can do that you love to do. And a lot of us have kind of forgotten that. The pandemic kind of set us back on that too. What
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah. Right. And I think the one thing that I think what I feel is important about, I guess I shouldn't say important, but what helps with these dating services, whether it be a meetup or anything like that, or I don't know if we call it a dating service, but something where you can go to that, where you have similar beliefs or similar interests, that kind of thing. That takes a lot of the work out of it.
Yeah, it makes it more fun. Like if you love music, go listen to music, go do sound baths, do some things that maybe you wouldn't normally do. Stretch yourself a little bit. Matter of fact, I just had a friend of mine she's been single for 30 years and she's in her 60s, late 60s. She just met this amazing guy at a sound bath. Because, those things are so stupid, Guess what?
Sound baths? She said sound baths for stupid?
Yeah, and she's very spiritual, but just it never resonated with her, And so she's like, she heard about one or got invited to one. And she met this amazing guy. So you never know.
Yeah, just go where the people are that share the same interests. It's very important. And you'll find someone.
Yeah, live music venues a lot of times are good places.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Halloween party. Did you get invited to a Halloween party? Sharon's having one.
I'm having one. I don't think he's in my area. Darn. But yeah.
Yeah, and don't turn down invites too. It's really easy to be like, I don't feel like doing that. Go do the stuff that you're invited to. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Okay, I have to go at 5:30, just FYI, because I have a class after this.
What?
Yes,
I'm the only one who does that to new.
I know it's my turn this time. I hardly ever
That's fair.
Schedule classes during the week, but I did this one, my channeling course.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so let's see. Natalia has a question. In the past month and a half, I've had 4 owl dive bombs while running. Ooh, wow.
Ooh.
I'm also going through a pretty big transformation career-wise and spiritually, seeing anything with guides or past lives. 4 owl dive bombs.
Yeah, I'm like owls. Owls are very protective of their area. So it's almost like, it sounds almost like you were around their space. But owls are also about seeing above, seeing through the darkness, right? Seeing in all directions, pay attention, look at things from different perspectives. They can also portend major transition, like the passing of an old way of being. The Native Americans oftentimes think of owls as death, but it was misunderstood. It was more transformation and growing up.
Well, yeah, death represents
Mhm.
change, right? Transformation. Also, owls represent wisdom. They bring wisdom. Yeah.
And that's part of that seeing. They can turn all the way around. They can see everything.
Yeah. You
But
might
the
want to look up animal speak and look for on owls. They're obviously trying to give you a message from, this, if you look at it energetically and spiritually, which all this
when
type of
there's
stuff we
four.
should anyway. Yeah, that the owl is giving you a message. It's time to use owl medicine now.
Yeah.
And look up the medicine for the owl. Animal Speak by Ted.
Ted Andrews.
Thank you. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's really good. I trust his more than anything. His information. And I mean, the owls, when I was going through a transformation on my life, owls were appearing in my dreams. Seems like they were all around me. Also, owls can also be a screen for extraterrestrial contact. FYI.
Ooh.
So you might want to check into that if there's anything that you might feel drawn to when it comes to extraterrestrial contact. Are you a contactee? Did you have any experiences as a child or in any time lately, any missing time or anything like that? So they can be a screen for that. They can be but they're messengers in the physical world, messengers, and represent wisdom. So
Yeah. I'm also getting the question coming up for me. Who are you? And it's like the owl, who? It just keeps popping in. Who are you? Do you know? Have you gone into that investigating who you really are? Who are you?
Yeah, she said she's going through a big transformation. So there you go.
Who?
Career wise and spiritually, seeing anything with guides in past lives.
I'm seeing the Pleiades.
Are
I'm
you?
seeing the 7 stars, 7 sisters. Yeah. I'm actually seeing them in the owl eyes. Ooh. Little chili bones there.
Yeah, there's a lot ahead of you, girlfriend. A lot. There's a lot there. She's going through big transformations. Yeah. Embrace it. They're saying embrace it, love it, learn. Huge opportunities as you embrace every day. Get up and embrace the day, which I'm sure you do. I feel you do, but not but and embrace it. I keep hearing embrace all of it.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
Because we have to remember too, it's not where we're going to, it's where we're at that counts. And a lot of times we're like, oh my gosh, I'm going through this. Where am I going? Where am I going? How do I get there? How do I get through this painful part? Oh, I got to get out of here. It's like, it goes a lot faster if you allow yourself to be in that crazy transition and let it inform you, because that's where the growth is. We all do that. I find myself doing that all the time. I don't like this. This doesn't feel good. I want to get to the other side. Well, you got to be in it to get there.
Yeah. 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 As far as past lives,
Ooh,
yeah.
I'm feeling owl so much right now.
I'm not feeling anything that's coming up that would get in the way of where you're going now. And that's the only time guidance ever shows me past lives is if there's something that needs to be retrieved and healed in what in your question or what's going on in your life now. And I don't see anything right now with that. I'm not getting it. I just keep hearing embrace the day, embrace the opportunity. And like Michelle was saying, being in the moment. There's there's just something about embracing it.
Yeah.
It can be scary. Transformation is not
Mm-mm.
always a piece of cake, but
Mm-mm.
embracing it.
If it was easy, we'd all be doing it.
Right. Yeah. Only the brave.
Only the brave.
So remember how brave you are. Give yourself credit and give yourself credit for how far you've come. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it's something I just want to kind of share with you too that came to mind. When you're out moving your body, which is really important for you to be moving. I think you were saying you're outside. I think you said you were running or jogging when the owls came at you. Sometimes instead of running away from the owls, you can stop. Be there with them. See what happens. Our instinct tells us to run, but maybe stopping and being in that space with them. When you're not running, they won't be dive bombing you. And be in that energy with them and listen to them. What do they have to tell you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. We've got a couple minutes for one more question. See if someone else has a question here. Um, uh, okay. Okay. So Rhea says, thank you, ladies, for sharing your experiences and great info. You're welcome. Question: do birthmarks mean anything? Also, when kids dream about flying, what does it mean?
Wow.
I would say birthmarks. I would say birthmarks do mean something. Um, in my experience, yes, they can be trauma from another lifetime. Is kind of the norm. And when kids dream about flying, what does it mean? When any of us dream about flying, what I understand is it means that you are traveling out of body,
Yeah.
which we kind of do all the time anyway. But some journeys are more traveling than others. You
And
travel
kids do
further.
it. Yeah. And kids do it so naturally.
Yes. What's your insights on that, Michelle?
Yeah, absolutely. My take on the birthmarks, no matter what kind they are, because some are brown ones, some are red. I had a red one on my neck and later tapped into um the Mary Queen of Scots thing. I think that was a past life. Not that I'm claiming that all is mine, but and the whole beheading thing and everything. And a lot of what she went through is what I've worked through in this lifetime with, the religion and all the stuff, the betrayal and all that kind of stuff she went through. And I looked so much into that. And what I've learned is it's definitely the wound, like a major wound, a major thing that still shows in the body. And definitely with the kids flying, what you said, because I remember I used to fly when I was little and it was so much fun. And I would fly into my parents' room and sit on their bed and I would listen to my dad snore because he had the cutest snore. And I would just sit on their bed and then I would fly downstairs and I would go fly. And it's really natural for kids. And that's why doing the out of body and like the work that Sharon does so much of is so freeing and so beautiful. because you learn how to fly again.
Yeah, it's our natural state.
Mhm.
This heaviness here on this earth plane is not our natural state. That's why it's so hard here. So I
Well,
did
this
skip.
body is so like, it's so
I know, right?
cumbersome.
Yeah, but we're here to experience it and learn and grow from it and master it, master the earth plane. So I did skip Sherry here. Sorry, Sherry. She says, "Hi, ladies. I have met someone and wonder if you see anything about whether this will turn to a romantic relationship for me. Thanks." Well, first, I want to say congratulations. I was wondering why I hadn't seen you around.
He's been otherwise occupied.
Yeah, right.
Good for
Okay.
you.
About whether this will turn into a romantic relationship for me.
I'm feeling a lot of fun.
I got to focus on the friendship.
I did too.
Yeah. Focus on the friendship.
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself
Mm-hmm.
because it does have the potential,
Mm-hmm.
but it can't be pushed.
Yeah.
This
Embrace
is one of,
it and allow it.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
that like we always hear. And I feel like the way this is going to become a romantic relationship is to allow it to develop organically. Don't push it, don't rush it, don't get ahead of yourself. Because this could be one of those kind of really cool relationships that you get to share with your children, grandchildren, friends about, oh, we were friends for 20 years. And then we realized we were madly in love. That has that potential to be that kind of a relationship. Not that it's going to take 20 years. Don't panic. But yeah.
Enjoy the time you have. Enjoy the time you have.
Mhm.
Yeah. And definitely. Sorry, Michelle, I interrupted you.
No, perfect timing.
Yeah, I just can't. I know. I just keep getting, and we should all do this anyway, and enter each experience with gratitude, because that lifts it up. That lifts it up all the time. So, be grateful for every moment you have with this person.
Yeah.
And that lifts it up.
Yeah.
Don't have expectations, because that kind of dampers it and brings the
Just
vibration
play and
down.
have fun.
Have fun.
This whole dating thing is too serious.
That's what my guide said on an EVP. I said, "Do you have a message for me today?" He said, "Yes. Have fun." That's my mantra.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
so
have
cool.
fun. All right, everyone. Let's see. We've got some comments here. Okay. Natalia says, "Thank you. Oh, wow. My career is also transforming." Rhea says, "Thank you, ladies, for sharing your." Oh, I already read that one. You're welcome, Rhea. Again.
You're welcome. Love it.
And yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. If we didn't get to your questions, come see us again next time. And hopefully we will then.
We're here.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Mwah.
Yeah, we appreciate
Michelle.
you. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Okay.
Bye.